recording again. This is 94%. I think it's the voice commands. I gotta. Test of the new GoPro wind blocker. I forget what they call it. Windscreen. Alright, once we get going and there's some wind, I'll try to talk and see how well you can hear my voice and whether this blocks out the wind from riding. Bye, love you! Love you, bye! Did you wanna? Hi. Bye. Love you guys.
I love you. You look so cool with your GoPro.
Yeah, guess I got a GoPro now, and I'm borrowing it from Mark.
Now people
but
are
I
gonna
got.
think you're the cops.
I don't.
They're gonna be like, oh no.
I don't.
He can put me in jail.
No, I don't think the cops. What I'm trying out today is I got this wind cover on it, because when I was riding before and trying to record videos, the mic was just picking up too much from the air and the wind when I'm riding fast. So we'll see. Thanks for the hug. Love you guys.
Good, Dad, with the one yellow.
Thanks. I know I love the yellow. It really it's not a color I would ever pick myself, but if he's gonna send me free replacement bumpers, already the whole hype online with this company is not even that that's a superior wheel, which it seems to be, but the fact that the guy is supporting any issues, anything that pops up, replacement parts, replacement batteries, taking ownership of it instead of like, oh, you voided your warranty because you did this or that or anything, like Future Motions. What?
The Floatwheel guy?
Tony, yeah.
But you think it's a better product?
I do. I do so far, and it's completely customizable. That's the other thing. Future Motions locked everything out on the GT. I rode my GT yesterday. I love it. And I have a fender on it, and it was still wet from the rain, so I didn't want to get splashed on my legs. The fender hasn't come for this yet, but anyway. Okay, love you guys.
Love you.
Have a great day.
Bye, Dad.
Bye. Mwah. You want another hug? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna see you guys. I'm gonna come to the pool later. We're going swimming after nap at Monona Pool. Okay. Okay.
But you gotta wait till other people. So you gotta wait. George is walking.
For real. Love you. Bye.
Dad, love you.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I love you more than anything more.
Okay. Now we're really going. Always got to say goodbye to the kiddos. If they're in front of the screen, they don't care, but when their show ends, then they always want to come say goodbye. You guys can't hear, but I'm listening to music on my open ear Aftershocks, which I absolutely love. Probably my best one wheel accessory, float wheel accessory. This is gonna be a good test for wind. I can feel already the wind, so we'll see if the windscreen for the mic that I have on the GoPro actually helps. And I might try out some GoPro commands. Ah, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. The other nice thing, really nice thing about the float wheel It's nothing to do with the Floatwheel, it's all Vesk. The customization, the Floaty app that has, I have audible warnings and commands set up to tell me when I hit, well, right now what I have it at is 22 miles an hour. So I really don't want to go faster than 22. And you can end up going faster than 22 pretty easily on this guy. Especially on some smooth stuff like this or downhill. And then the other thing is duty cycle, which is actually what, if you're concerned with nosedives, duty cycle is what you should be talking about, not speed. Speed, you know, is just one factor, but rider weight, incline of the hill, wind, you know, drag from the wind, all that increases the load on the motor, acceleration, all those things are a factor. And so duty cycle is much more of a factor in when tilt back kicks in, or when I get, so my audible warning is at 80% duty cycle. I think that's pretty safe from what I've been reading. If I hear it go in my ear 80% duty cycle, then I go, oh, slow down, buddy, or just back off a little. And I don't hear it all that much unless I'm really flying. Even when I'm climbing up some hills, I don't hear it. It's more there for peace of mind. But it works, because I've heard it, I've hit it. So, here they changed the road, and I do not like it. But what they did is, I used to cross and ride over on the other side, bike lane, and then cross the bridge, and it was narrow, but they thought it would be better to make it, shift it all to one side. So on the south side of the bridge now, they have a wider pedestrian walkway, and it's crushed the shoulder over. There's no space really to ride. It shows, it's gonna be loud, but it shows that I'm supposed to ride my one wheel over with the cars. No way, dude. No way. So I know they have limited options. The bridge width is, it would take a huge construction project to change that. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And coming home, no issue, because I'm on this side of the road already. But heading in, I ride against traffic. I just feel safer. I feel safer going across the bridge, and I know that's not the correct direction, but I try to follow all the rules of the road as much as I can. But if ever I feel like something is less safe for me or for the other, I don't want someone to hit me and feel bad either, you know? And so I do what I think is safest. But I give right away to pedestrians that are on foot, you know, anyone like that. I consider myself like an e-bike. So anywhere an e-bike would go, I can go. There's only one guy on the bike path who I see him, you know, maybe once a week riding, who yells at me, "No motor vehicles." I just smile and wave. I know, I mean, I'm not hurting him, and I don't go too fast. I don't overtake where there's not room. I let people know I'm passing on the left. I slow at intersections. Thank the vehicles that let me cross. You know, I get where he's coming from too. I don't want it to turn into a freeway on the bike path, but I also feel like I'm not a motor vehicle. I mean, has a motor, not a car, not a truck. Anyway, Floatwheel, feeling good. Not touching 22 today. Just chilling. It's a Friday morning, heading into the weekend. It's been busy at work, but so with the Floatwheel, lately, what's been going on? Let's see. I got some Joe hooks. Those are tow hooks made by fellow one-wheeler floater in Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul area, Twin Cities. His name's Joe. I'm gonna slaughter his last name like Malazewski, but Joe M, we'll call him. And he 3D prints these awesome little hooks on the front and rear. They're like overlanders. They serve a similar purpose to keep you locked in on the trails, but they're a soft TPU that he 3D prints, and they're really custom shaped around a foot and the angle he has them at and everything, and they're just so small, and that's what I like about it. I feel like they hold my feet on the board and give me much more control, but I don't feel so clipped in that I'm gonna, you know, if I need to bail, it's super easy to bail. And so anyway, I got those in. He just sent me the ones that he has standard for the GT, I think, and attached them to the Floatwheel. And the issue is the screws where they attach go through where the Floatwheel handle is, because the handle under the boards for the Floatwheel are much closer to the nose than on the GT or the XR, where they're kind of back deeper. It does have a handle on both the nose and the tail, and I think it's the reason that they're really close to the nose on the Floatwheels, just because all the batteries in there, and the shorter length. But anyway, the screws at the angle that he has them goes right through the handle, and I didn't like that, so I pulled them back out. I put them at a steeper angle so they didn't hit the handle, but then they weren't flush to the top of the board. They were kind of angled up and they didn't cover my foot. I have some pictures I took and I shared with Joe, and he said he's gonna tweak it because he wants to get them right, and he wants to make sure that if anyone wants them for the Floatwheel, that they really are good. And I appreciate that he's not just phoning it in. But then, this is awesome. I had emailed Tony about the cracked screw hole issues, widely known now about the first batch of plastic on these Floatwheels being a little brittle. And it was minor. I just said, hey, I got some cracked holes on the foot pads and bumpers, just heads up. And he's like, oh man, I'll throw some in the mail for you right away. I mean, it's like the exact opposite of Future Motion in how they are much busier at the entrance to the path today than normal. How they're treating these customers and the issues where they're just taking full ownership. Anyway, a week later, a package arrives. It's got brand new foot pads, both front and rear, even with the sensor. It's got new bumpers. They're yellow. You can't see when I look down, but I would never pick yellow. I just got the stock black, you know, with it, but yellow. and they are beautiful, and they are not cracked. I cranked on them. I installed those right away, and that's why I don't. So the long story short is I got the new bumpers on. Thank you, Tony. New foot pads. I love it. Fresh, clean board. I love the yellow look. My kids are just saying how cool it is. It sets it apart from all my other boards, which are black, red, for the red for the Badgers, white for the Badgers. Anyway, I sent my other two, my old bumpers and foot pads, up to Joe because he doesn't have a float wheel. Actually, he's just designing the Joe hooks based on some pictures or looking at a buddy's float wheel. So I sent him my old bumpers and foot pads, and then he can use those to make sure he just gets everything perfect with the screw angles and the fit on the pad. Morning. So anyway, that's what I've been up to, and that's why I don't have the Joe hooks on right now, because I'm waiting. I'm just using it as a commuter into work right now. I haven't been hitting the trails as much. I need to ride before Windman in October here, so that I can get some practice. My legs were burning last time I hit the trails with Danny, Zan, and some other local guys here in Madison, and it was a blast riding the foot wheel, but my legs were burning because it's not what I usually do. I usually ride street. So, yep, it's gonna be great. If you are contemplating, if you live in the Midwest, anywhere near Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, the Windman Enduro race, October 6th through 8th. The race, I think, is actually the 7th on Saturday, but we got events Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're riding some zip trails, which is, oh, maybe the best part of it, when we just like mob the trails as a group. But anyway, if you're thinking about signing up for Windman, do it. It is so much fun. No one cares who wins. I mean, we care who wins, but that's not the emphasis. It's on the community. It's on having